Mm.
Didn't put on a microphone.
Perfect. Oh, nailed it. The magnet piece stuck to the stool thing.
Huh?
I was caught off guard because the lady didn't say that we were recording.
Right. I just assumed you missed the button.
I didn't.
Anyway,
Hi.
this is the off the cuff and off the chain and out of control and
Hinged.
hot mess
Maybe that's what it should
podcast.
be. Justin and Ashley unhinged
I'm Justin. She's Ashley. We're the DeWeeses. We're married
or something.
for better or for worse, apparently. Here we are.
Here we are. I this is one of those times where I don't know why I feel frazzled. Maybe just because of all of that. That maybe we should have had a little bit of pre-production meeting, but
Maybe because I'm handsome as shit and I frazzle your dazzles.
handsome, and I wish you wouldn't have.
Well, I didn't do my hair today, so I had to put on a hat. I wish you wouldn't have put on a hat, but here we are.
Are you serious? I know you don't really love me in hats, but my hair was
Yeah, we can see. You don't need to point it out.
wow.
If you're not watching the video, don't.
I like this look because it makes me feel like I actually am near a beach or something. I'm not.
At the moment, no.
No, I'm not.
Sadly.
We were though.
Wah, wah,
We
wah.
had a great trip to the beach a
We
couple weeks ago.
did.
Has it been 2 full weeks now? A week and a half.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it on the last one, didn't we? I thought. Maybe
No,
not.
we didn't because I didn't tell a story about my hair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good
No,
Lord.
what did we talk about?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Go back and listen to that episode if you want to know what we talked about.
Well, now I'm like wondering if we like missed a week or something.
I don't think we did. Tell your story.
Oh my gosh. So,
We didn't because you forgot to upload it, remember? And then on Friday, you were like, oh crap, I forgot to upload it.
all right, and it was a really good one.
Yeah, so go back and listen to that one, you bums.
But anyways, okay, so we took a trip down to Texas where we essentially go at least one time, if not two, every single year. Been doing that since 2020. We go to a place we love. We're not going to tell you where it is. I mean, if you follow us, you could tell it, but we're not going to tell you because then you would try to go there and then it'll ruin
Right.
it for us because
We don't
there's
want
too
to
many
rub
people.
elbows to you people.
But anyway, we always have a really great time. And when we go down there, you know, for most of our vacations, our focus is to get away, typically somewhere warm, and swim and hang out
And do the
and
hibbity bibbity outside of Kansas.
and eat some food, right? Like we are not people, as we said on a previous session before we went, like we're not the people that are like looking for all kinds of attractions and activities and things to do. Like we just want to chill and swim and be warm and together.
Right.
Period. Okay. So, anyways, with this trip, one of the things that we did do this time is we hired a fishing charter to take us out. Uh, not in the, was it the ocean?
It was not the
It was
ocean.
not the ocean, but that's neither here nor there. But to
It,
take us out guided fishing so that we actually caught fish, right? And we did. We caught
a ton of
a
fish.
ton of
It
fish.
was a blast.
But here's the thing, and this is not the first time I've been on a boat. It's not the first time I've gone fishing. So, like, this thing that happened to me, I'm very aware that this is what happens when you're on a boat
Right.
going on
Completely
a,
preventable situation.
like we go on his dad's boat at the lake each summer typically. Like I've been going on friends, but like it's not
Right.
new.
To quote the legendary bard, she played herself.
So we get on the boat. Dax is sitting in the back. Justin's sitting with our guide because he's driving the boat, not Justin the guide. Ayla and I are sitting down front. Our guide, Danny, says, by the way, remind me, I need to text him our pictures from that day
Now's
because
not the
he
time
wanted them for, well,
tell the
keep in mind,
story.
he goes like, are you girls ready? We're like, yeah.
And so he
And
hammered down.
so we hammered down. And honestly, that morning when we were getting ready, I had got this hat down there and I had thought about wearing the hat for the fishing trip. And then I'm like, no, I don't want to mess with it. It could fly off.
I
Like,
don't
don't
want to
mess
be
it.
peak white girl. I want to be partial white girl.
So he takes off and immediately we're like, oh, so Ayla was wearing a hat. She had her hair in a ponytail. She grabs onto her ponytail so it's not flowing around. I just am
That
holding our,
that they're oblivious.
no,
Catching bugs in her mouth.
This is like, I was holding on to the bag that had everybody's stuff in it, and I was holding on to water bottles so they didn't fly off the boat.
No, see, now it's about the sacrifice that she made.
Saying is my hands were full, like I had
Mm.
stuff to do with my hands. So my hair, I didn't tie it back because
You know, why would you do that on the boat? That's just dumb.
so my hair is like blowing, okay?
Blowing
And
ever so gently in the breeze.
I did not consider the situation. And part of it was I didn't realize we would be taking as long as we did to get to our destination to fish.
Because it took about 30 minutes from the marina to the spot.
Right. And for whatever reason, I just had it in my brain that, we'd tool out for
Just
maybe
like
5 or 10 minutes and we'd be
right here around the corner. It's the best fishing spot, right where everybody is.
Well, to my credit, you did say, as I was having a little bit of nervousness about going out on this boat, you're like, well, it's not like we're going to go out in the middle of the ocean, which
Which
means
we weren't.
I translated that to we're not going to go very far.
Fair enough.
And we're not going to go very far. And my brain did mean like just
Right.
right over here.
Simple brains think simple thoughts. No, I
You
get it.
did not.
I get it. I'm just clarifying. And I did. So go.
So the hair is flying. The only thought that went through my brain is this is going to look awesome by the time that we get there. Just thinking like, oh, my hair is going to look windblown. It's going to be crazy, that sort of thing. To my credit, I do travel when we do something like this. I make sure my pick is in my bag, my hair pick, and my comb. Don't ask me for anything. Don't ask me for band-aids to take care of my kids. Don't ask for snacks. Don't ask for
Ibuprofen,
anything.
sunblock,
Things
none of
that a
that.
typical parent would have,
Got
or
four empty
parents,
mint wrappers, a pick and a comb.
but I have that. So I was like, I'm just gonna comb it out, obviously, but like I'm gonna look
Obvious.
crazy.
Or
So as the boat stops, I immediately go to grab onto my hair because it felt not right. And I don't even know how to describe the like, oh my Lord,
Lord.
with some expletives. My hair was completely knotted up, and it was knotted up like a bird's nest on the back of my head. I felt it, and it felt like cotton candy looks, although it wasn't like soft and easy to pull apart like cotton candy, but it felt like cotton
And
candy
it smelled
looks.
like it hadn't been washed in 3 days.
And I felt that, and in my brain, I went, oh shit. I probably said the F word.
Probably did.
And I looked over at Ayla and I said, Ayla, look at my hair. And she turns and she goes, Mom, what did she say? She goes, Mom, it looks like you have short hair. I mean, it did. It looked like I had like a massive, like big old bun that was done by a really crappy hairstylist. And I couldn't see it, but that's what it felt like. It's just I describe it. And so my brain is going a mile a minute. The guide comes around, Justin's coming around. The guide's like, what? I wondered about that. And I was just like, why didn't you say something? And
He's there for the fishing, man. He's not there to do your hair.
I feel stupid. Like he was laughing and whatnot, or being nice about it. He comes around, he's standing there, like looking at it, like, what in the world? And starts to get a grin on his face. And
It was funny.
looked at him deadpan and I said, this is not funny. And the reason why had nothing to do with like, it's not funny in the sense that, like, oh my gosh, I don't like that my hair looks crazy like this. I didn't know how I was going to get it undone. Like it was that bad. It was like I've seen things like this on TV before where a child or a person has to go to a salon for them to literally cut your hair up
She's like
to get it undone.
she looked like the person that answers the door on Hoarders.
Right.
You show up and just disheveled.
Someone that has been maybe like
Someone that has no idea how
displaced
boats and
out of
wind work.
living on the streets for a while, and the hair is just
15, 16 years.
not washed and whatever. And again, my brain was going back and forth between you got to figure this out and you're never going to figure this out.
It was a disaster even FEMA wouldn't have touched.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Long story
I
short,
sat there picking my hair out
for 30 minutes,
I did get it out.
the rest of us fished.
I was able to fish. It didn't ruin my whole fishing moment. But oh my word, it was a little crazy. Not quite as crazy as what this guy got in the mail yesterday.
What a terrible segue.
That's a great
Good
thing.
heavens. Nope, nope, stop. Forget that last part.
Terrible because you had
We're gonna
the
say,
way that you wanted.
yeah, which was not terrible. Anyways, it's the birthday month for the big guy,
It is.
which means mail is literally pouring in from the four corners of the world.
Oh, he's getting
The four corners to celebrate me birthday wishes and send me gifts. If you'd like to send something, DM me. I'll shoot you my Venmo, my address, whatever. Okay? Yeah, you know. Listen, it's a full service shop over here.
Not full service for the,
Yeah, we're married. They understand it's not full service.
Say full service, you jerk.
I just want to tell you right. Anyways, and this isn't the first piece of mail that I've gotten from this particular organization. For some reason, they started mailing me when I turned 35. I don't get it, but whatever.
But it hit this time just because
Oh,
the reality.
it landed and no, not the reality of it. This is a magical offer that one can't let go. Okay?
First of all, if you did not remember, the beard is turning 50
The big 5-0
in a couple of weeks. Although, before we go down this road, and maybe we can come back to it as well to say some other things, but I just want to say that I genuinely am so very proud of you.
Well, thanks.
Because you do not look anywhere near 50.
Nope.
In any capacity.
Nope.
You do not perform the way
you know what she means.
We are told
Full service.
50-year-olds would perform. Everything's natural, don't need any help in that department.
Good Lord.
I think it's important
It is.
I'm just tired of hearing about old 50-year-olds,
right.
And needing all this, that, and the other. And I just want to say I'm really proud of you for the work that you've done over the years and the work that you've done intensely the last year and a half or so to be at this juncture, because you're flipping hot and you're my husband and I love it. And I just think I don't know if ironic's the right word, but I'll go with it. It's just ironic that you're in the what I would assume is close to the best shape of your life, other than
That's right there.
Like the best shape of your life. You, like I said, you look hot AF, and you're about to celebrate your 50th birthday, and I just think it's really freaking awesome. And I just want to say shout out to you for all the things that you've done to create this reality for yourself.
Well, thanks. I'm aged 50. I'm looking and performing like 30, and I'm thinking like I'm 15.
Yeah, that is.
It is what it is. So anyway, got this delightful piece of mail from our friends at the AARP. Which, like I said, they've mailed me like every 5 years since I turned 35. I don't get it, but they're playing the long game.
But happy birthday.
But this one was special because welcome to the 50s Club.
Yes.
And by way of welcome to the 50s Club,
you get a gift.
I can join this fabulous organization for like $20 a year, which, is reasonable.
A year?
Well, listen, I'm about to be on Medicaid and Medicare, so $20 is going to be about all I've got to spare. But if I sign up, I get this free insulated trunk organizer And if that doesn't appeal to your 50-year-old heart, I don't know what the hell's gonna. It's folds up small, but it expands to fit it all. Groceries, tools, you name it. Insulated lining keeps cold stuff cold. Roomy, durable, and get this, designed to stay put. Done.
Well, yeah, because they don't.
Where can I send my $20?
50-year-olds having that stuff rolling around in the back and then they having to reach in and then you pull
Right.
muscle and like it just goes downhill from there.
But when I sign up for this, I'm going to get exclusive discounts on travel plans, including hotels, flights, car rentals. I'm going to get everyday savings on groceries, dining out, cell phone services, eyeglasses, and more. Social security planning, gang. Discounts on prescriptions, as previously discussed. Don't really need that. But it's nice to have that in your pocket in case you do.
Maybe you can call in and like negotiate something else since we aren't on any prescriptions and most likely will not be for a really long time. Oh,
Sealed it right here. Free second membership for your spouse or household member. That's right, sweet cheeks, you're coming with me.
maybe
We're gonna have matching AARP cards.
get in early. I'm 4 years off.
We are this close to going to Golden Corral at 4:30 p.m. for dinner.
Don't knock in at 4:30 p.m. because we sometimes have to eat at 4:30 p.m. with our family and we're good with it. We eat at 5 on the nose every day anyway.
So yeah, insulated trunk organizer coming the big dog's way.
One, my view of age has changed over the years.
Well, sure.
Definitely. What? This is killing me.
Well,
Definitely,
the hair.
my perspective on aging has changed. I used to like dread this stage of life. Like when I was a teenager in my 20s, whatever, like thinking forward to like turning 40 and then 50, like it was like my life will be over at that point.
Well,
that's
because
essentially how I thought.
And it's essentially how a lot of people think, right? Because of how most people take care of themselves, aging is a real negative.
Right. Yeah.
Like we've talked about, there's people that we went to high school with that we knew in our 20s that look 10, 15, 20 years older than we do.
For sure. So the perspective has changed. This stage of the game, like you can certainly say what you want to say in the comments. I don't really care because I don't think that we look our age.
And I don't care because I'm 50. I'll probably forget it tomorrow.
You won't. But I don't think we look our age. We definitely don't feel what one might say, in your 40s and 50s feels like, because we have, like you said, taken care of ourselves. So it's, I don't know. It's still one of those things, like for me, I'm excited about the fact that like you're 50, like it's like you're only 50, right? Like
Right.
you're only 50. Like you've got the whole second half of your life to do like
Right.
cool and amazing shit. And because you are in good health and whatnot, like there's a lot of things, there's not really things that are off the table. At the same time, like it's still like you do kind of, maybe you don't, I still am like, for you and me, like, oh, we're kind of halfway through life or over halfway if you want to. I don't want to dwindle there because we're a little bit over halfway.
Right.
I guess for the average
We're not
people.
going to dwindle there.
Or dawdle or
Just stop. Just stop. Anyway, the moral of the story is, yeah, I'm looking and performing and feeling like I'm 30, but
still getting the perks
I
of turning 50.
still getting that trunk organizer, gang. So, bathe in your envy is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. Amazing bonuses at every level.
I mean, listen, when we started working out and eating right and cutting out the alcohol and whatnot, like I knew there would be benefits and perks, but an insulated trunk organizer, never in my wildest dreams did I think.
We don't get anything like that on our like milestone anniversaries.
Our
anniversary's a couple days before.
Right, 4 days before.
So
15 years.
15 years. Can you
Good
believe it?
night. I was thinking the other day.
It's really not that long. Honestly, it's not.
Well, some days.
I know you said it before.
It feels like that. Some days it feels like a never-ending eternity. it's been a long, long time that you've been the only woman in my life.
I mean, it's a queen's job to keep her king's eyes focused
It's
on
just
you.
weird when you think about it like that, you know?
Is it
I think so.
to be with one person? That's
Well,
it?
no, just to like reflect on the fact that it's been that stretch of time, right? Like I don't often think
Yeah.
of like how long we've been together.
Yeah, and not to we're not going to take this into like a full-blown episode on
No,
this
we'll do that
topic.
later.
But I think it makes a difference in regard to how often you spend thinking about how long you've been together in a marriage or whatever. Like, spit it out, Ashley.
That's what we're all thinking.
When you have created a relationship and a family and a life that fuels you and is fulfilling to you and like you truly enjoy and even times when like life is kind of like lifing, like I truly enjoy being married to you.
Well, good.
Like, and I truly enjoy you. And I'm just saying, I think that makes a difference between going like, oh my God, we've been married 15 years and it feels
Sure.
like 80 versus when I know you're like, sometimes it feels like longer, in
Well, I'm
jest or
inspired by law to say that.
but I'm just saying, I think
No,
it
I
makes a
know.
difference. Like how, just like with your body, like how you care for your relationship, your marriage, like that's going to impact what those years end up feeling like.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen, we've been working out and eating right and all the good things, right? I don't look ahead and like, oh my God, if I live until I'm 80, I got 30 more years of this.
Yeah.
I look at it as if I pass away when I'm 80, I got 30 more years
Yeah. Right.
because they're going to be full of doing the things that I want to do because I do some of the things I don't necessarily want to do every day.
Well, it's like when you a day, that you're doing something, an activity that like you absolutely love, like those days go by really, really fast.
Right.
And you're like, "Oh my gosh." But like if you're doing an activity that you hate, you're like, "Wow, that same 8 hours that went by really fast when I was doing the thing that I love, that same 8 hours like felt like an eternity."
Well, we've had that conversation with our kids about some things, right? Because we go somewhere and the knob at the desk is sitting there reading a book or something, and the kids will be like, "Oh my gosh, that job would be so easy." And it's like, no, 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 listen.
Sometimes like it feels
Yeah,
forever.
sitting there doing nothing for 8 hours
Right. But like
sucks.
if you're working at the pool with your friends or
Right,
whatever, it's like, oh, that didn't feel like
right,
time went by like that? So that's just our roundabout, like kind of umbrella way to say what we always say in some way on each episode. You know, there ain't nothing better that you can do aside from like choosing to follow Jesus, than make a decision to start taking care of your body and your mind, and to also put that same kind of time, attention, and effort into not only bettering yourself, but bettering your relationship with
right.
your significant other. Because it absolutely, those two things, starting with yourself and the fitness and the mindset, like those two things will change everything about your life and the
Right.
quality of it and the longevity.
And we're not saying you're going to get an insulated trunk organizer, but you're going to get a lot of benefits.
You are, might not be.
I can't wait till this puppy shows up in the mail and we get to display it on one of these podcast episodes.
Can't wait. So with that, I guess tomorrow is Friday. So if you are in the States listening, happy 4th of July.
And if you're in England listening, haha, suck it, losers.
We'll see you next week.